Hello and welcome to The Generational Gamer. Today we're talking about the Evercade EXP. And we're going to compare it to this one. I never really thought too much of this Evercade, but I do love the games that are available for it. I just hate the controller, which of course this whole thing is. To me this always felt kind of cheap. Even some of the early games was a bitch to get the cartridge out. But I've heard good things about the new one, so I plan to sell the old one and then we'll use the new one. So let's open it up. I already opened up the side so I could get it out. Also, while I was ordering on Amazon, I bought a case for it. I never had one for this one, but we're gonna give this one a try. There we go. So once you get out the main thing, you've got this. This does come with a couple games. I can tell right now, just looking at it, the form factor is a hell of a lot better. As you can see, this one's a lot thinner. It's got better weight to it. Now this also comes with a bunch of Capcom games. This feels far more premium than that device. It has extra buttons. They both have the same kind of HDMI. Yeah, this one feels a hell of a lot more premium than that. It feels cheap. And then of course it's got Tate mode, so you can play your shoot 'em ups like this. Now it's a little heavy on the top doing that, but hey, you know what? It's already an improvement. Also, this one is still being updated. The old one is not. So, it comes with, let's see what it comes with. A USB-C to A adapter. I'm not even gonna mess with that. A manual for your Capcom games. Hey, look at that, it comes with the original Mega Man. If I didn't already have that on like 5 different collections, I'd be really upset that I sold it many years ago. The rest of them, I think they're arcade games, or at least most of them. But yeah, I like the manual. Of course, it came with the IREM pack, Arcade 1. With these games, R-Type, of course, being the pinnacle one here. Ooh, Moon Patrol. I was thinking of getting that on the arcade archives. And Lightning Swords, I don't know what that is, so I'll have to give that one a try. And then Battle Chopper's probably my jam. And then, of course, details about what the thing actually is. A quick start guide. That really is quick start. Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and charge it and then I'll be back. So here's your IREM, and of course it's the game, and the manual, which gives you a basic idea of how to play each game. Into the Hunt to Shoot 'em Up. Looks like a pretty cool game. Battle Chopper is also Shoot 'em Up, but I don't think I care too much about that. Lightning Swords looks neat, it's a side-by-side. Cool, we'll give them a try. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for my Evercade to charge, which means it has a big bright red light, we'll take a look at this. So, this was on sale. I figured I'd give it a whirl. Plus, I wanted to have an excuse to be able to carry more than one Evercade game. So, as you can see, the Evercade goes here, and it's capable of carrying a couple games right here, or even up here. You can put your wire up here and so forth, but yeah, I mean, it's not ideal, but it'll get the job done. At least you can hold an extra game or two in this. Because the Evercade cartridges are pretty big. So I guess if you put one this way and one going backwards, you know, like this, it should be fine. In the meantime, we can see IREM, because it works on the old system as well. I hope the battery life is as good on the new one as it is on this one. The problem is the D-pad just sucks on this. It's really light. And you don't have full control over setting up the controls, which to me has always been a big issue. Let's take a quick look at Moon Patrol, because that one's kind of hard to screw up. So, shoot, and this is jump. Base, oh, I just blew up.
And now we begin the setup. Let's start with English, because that's the only language I speak. It's thinking, and you choose your Wi-Fi, and I'm gonna blur this. Put in your password. Alright, connection successful. Now let's read, quote unquote, that EULA. And yes, you do have to go all the way down. You know what, let's just skip the EULA, how about that? Immediately following the EULA, it prompted me for an update, and here we go. So with the old unit, you actually had to connect it via USB to a PC, manually do the update, and then you would have the latest firmware. I like how this actually has a base operating system on it, where it can download its own updates. Yup, I skipped ahead a little bit. So we just did a reboot, and now we're going to do the firmware update. You will notice all the stuff on the bottom of the screen. Leads me to believe this is all Linux, just by looking at it. So I skipped ahead a little bit again. It's going to reboot and then take me back into the operating system. Look at that. I don't even have a cartridge inserted yet. Capcom. So you've got some good games in this collection. I like how you're given the control scheme for every game in the collection too. Plus some stats about the game. Click on the three little dots. You see where it says edit controls? Holy crap, this is a much needed feature. You can manually map per game the buttons that you want. This has been a feature I have long been asking for, and one of the main reasons I just could not play certain games on the original console. Thankfully, it was finally added, even in beta form. Now, 1942 is not my favorite game by any stretch of the imagination. I like 1943 and 1944. So let's switch over to Street Fighter, which is also included. Of course, it's the arcade game. I have to set my controller up for the Super Nintendo style, where I always have the heavy and the medium attacks on the face buttons, and then the light attacks on the triggers. So I want to see if I can control my Ryu guy, and as you can see, I am getting my ass handed to me. With all the praise, I would be remiss if I didn't point out that I think the D-pad is a bit on the squishy side. My main goal here is to be able to do the fireball, and there you have it. And I can do that kick as well. So the controls are fine. Now I would say I can't do the dragon uppercut, but I can't do it now on a regular basis anymore. It's so weird. Let's do a quick check on Mega Man 2, which is my favorite of all the Mega Man games. As you can see, the buttons are all kind of wacky, so we're gonna change that. And then give the game a try. The game controls as it should. I'm able to move my Mega Man character around just fine. And of course you have to start on this game in Metal Man stage because his blades are overpowered for everything else. Unlike in the real NES game, this one does allow you to save. You can do quick saves and you've got save states. A welcome change to something that was strictly password based. And now it is time to take the metal blades from Metal Man. Let's kick his ass. Now, I should have realized this, but I didn't. You can pick up your save from the cartridge rather than the console. So this is Valis 3. I'm already somewhat into the game. This is from the Renovation Collection 1. Awesome. They did patch this because it wasn't exactly right originally. By the way, if you are at all interested, Valis Collection 3 on the Switch is coming out, and this game will be on it as well. But, as you can see, it clearly works. I've been able to restore my save, and here we are. I'm fighting this robot who's about to kick my butt. You know what? I know you're shocked. The Intellivision games work just fine on the Evercade as well. In fact, let's restore my save because I'm much further along than this. I played the hell out of this game when I was a kid. And after adjusting the controls in Moon Patrol, I did just fine. Here it is. Overall, I really do like this over the original. I heavily criticized the original because I thought it was crap. This one, on the other hand, is very, very nice. It actually feels like a premium device.